Welcome to Live Boldly, the show where style becomes story and every space reveals who we are. Each episode, our guest transforms the set, piece by piece, into a reflection of their identity. Every color they choose, every texture they touch, every object they place is part of the conversation. Let's meet today's bold guest. She is a more is more style maximalist icon. She's a personal stylist, a designer, a wine sommelier. Welcome to wonderful, fabulous, colorful Sabra Johnson. We are definitely talking about your incredible style. So if this outfit were a moment in the story of your life, what chapter would we be stepping into?
We'd be stepping into the now and sort of the future. This is really an expression of who I am becoming. While it is me now, I kind of tone it down in my day-to-day life. And I'm stepping into a chapter where that one part where I have to tone down is no longer part of my life, and I get to live this way every day.
What does live boldly mean to you? How would you define it?
It really means just doing what you want to do. For me, it's really about joy. That's every day I seek joy. And if that doesn't align with expectations or what everybody else is doing, then I don't care. And unfortunately, that is considered bold, right? I always say it's, it shouldn't be an act of bravery to show up as yourself, but sadly it is, right? So it takes bravery to show up, and they consider that bold when you show up just doing you when it doesn't align with what everyone else is doing.
You're going to get to pick out your podcast set so that we can, when we sit down and we talk, I want the set to feel like you. So let's pick out some items for the set. What would you like to choose?
Because it's me, and I think I'm known for accessories, I am immediately drawn to the silver and the gold handbags. And I think for me, accessories are the way that I really express. I mean, a clothing item can do it, but an accessory tells people a story about you, right? Your hat, your rings, your whatever. And so handbag is just that expression of an accessory. It's like, okay, this tells people a story about me. And I get really excited when people see my details, because that's really telling people who you are. Your jewelry, your hats, your gloves, your shoes, whatever, right? I can take any pant and shirt and make it something with the story of my accessories. It makes me feel warm. It's like it's almost like a hug. I don't know. That's why I love when fall and winter come and I can bring out any textured items. It makes me feel warm. It makes me feel, I don't know, just cozy. And I love touching this. There's like a sensory, pleasure in this. And like, if I had this at home, I'd probably just sit and hug it all the time.
I like what you said about sensory pleasure.
Yes.
I think sometimes we forget about allowing that into our life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how important that is.
Yeah.
What it brings, like you said, the focus on joy, that it's bold to be joyful. And
sometimes I'll be wearing something and people, and I think I use clothes also as a way to bring people in, because people are surprised, but I'm not naturally a person that just brings people in.
Okay.
And I think my clothes bring people to me, right?
Yes.
I don't have to go to them.
Yes.
And so
it's like your lighthouse beacon.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm okay. I'm safe. I may not be comfortable walking up to you, but feel free to walk up to me. I am, I don't know, do we say obsessed with it?
Obsessed. All right, you're going to have to sit.
It's super comfortable. It's super chic. And I think it's an expression of boldness. If you look at most of the things here, this is a pop, right? And it gives that, like I'm subtle, but I'm not. right? And that's what I love about this. Actually, it's super comfortable. It's inviting. And I think it goes back to the same thing I said about, some of the things I wear, right? It invites you in. I just think this is fabulous. I don't know what it is, something about the crystal part of it I love. But it's also the structure. I love structure. I'm not really a boho, flowy kind of girl. I mean, I can do it, but this evokes that for me. And also for me, it's something that I also try to apply to my life. I have structure in a lot of areas and I don't in other areas, but I always desire more structure in the places where I'm weak. And so, this symbolizes that. Like it's structural, but it's still beautiful. I think a lot of times people think structure and hardness, but I don't see the hardness here. I see just beauty in the structure of it all. I desire structure, in areas where I don't have it, and I really struggle with that. And so, it's something I'm working on. I feel like I should have a calendar, a kind of laid out. I'm just kind of willy-nilly, and sometimes I feel lost. Not sure what I'm doing or where I'm going, right? I'm just, because I'm also this is how I feel. This is how I feel. I'm just going to do what I feel, right? But I think ultimately success needs structure as well. So this candle holder, number one, I'm drawn to the colors. I am a colorful person. And this, for me, it just is joy. Like that is why what I feel when I see color, when I wear color, it changes my mood. And this, not only the color, but it also has the structure. I love the geometric nature of it. But the color, those jewel tones, this is gorgeous. I love pattern. So pattern, it just makes it more interesting. I'm immediately drawn, like I think you just walk into a room to this person. And it's funny, I had to learn that about me. People try to tell me things about myself and I don't see myself as they see me, right? And so I was at an event recently and my boss took a picture of me on the stage with people. And then he shared that, he just sent it, said, "Great job." And when I looked at it and saw myself in my purple and yellow and everybody else in black and gray, I was like, oh, it was like a light bulb of this is what they see when they see me. And this to me stands out in that way. I am a maximalist, yeah.
Yes.
Not that you, I know you couldn't tell.
You're just so minimal.
I'm very undercover and incognito. That's how
She's actually a CIA agent. Sabra, you have created a really beautiful set here. It really, it reflects you.
Yes, absolutely.
The mixed metals and the colors and the shapes and the textures brings me joy.
Yeah.
So thank you for creating such a beautiful space.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
It's so fun. All right, I can't wait to get to know you better, and I can't wait for everybody to know more about you. So let's start early on. What's an early memory you have of something or someone that helped you develop your early appreciation of creativity and beauty and expression?
It was my dad, actually. A lot of people think, oh, your mom must have been really influential, but my dad was the one. My mom was more of they say this is what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to wear. She was that person.
No white after.
Yeah, she was that person, right? And my dad was like, he worked in corporate, so he didn't have a lot of freedom of expression, but he did so with his socks and the way his timepieces were always quirky, or his ties or whatever. And so he gave me that appreciation for being different, right? And I thought that was so cool. And he told me, you be a trendsetter, do not follow trends. He said, you set the trends. And it took me,
He actually said that to you.
yeah,
You said the
he
trend.
literally said that.
That's wonderful.
When I was young, so I didn't necessarily always know from the earliest age what that meant. As I got older, I very much understood and appreciated what he was saying. So
What did it mean to you when he said that?
at the time, I was just like, oh, he's just talking. But as I got older and started to see the, I don't know if it's pressure or the whatever to conform, this is what you're supposed to do. Or even like I would get that reverse from my mom. This is, you're supposed to this, you're supposed to that.
Yeah.
Then I could see, okay, how this is different from that. And this really means, actually for me, he said, you're not like anyone else. So why you should show up not looking like anyone else? Why do you want to look like, when I wanted a certain pair of pants, why do you want to look like everybody else? And I'm like, okay. And at the time I'm like, you're just being cheap, dude. Like, but the reality is, yeah, he was right, and that really gave me the foundation when I was really able to accept that, maybe like, let's say in my 30s, like, okay, I'm gonna be different. And and his words, resonate. And I talk to him now and he goes, oh my God, I can't believe you were listening. And I'm like, I'll never forget it, right? And so he always said, to, set your own trends, don't be like everyone else. And now I just take that to the extreme. So we laugh about it now. He'll come in, I'm like, so Dad, how do you like my new glasses? And
I am setting the trend.
And he just laughs. And I said, it's your fault. It's your fault. But he instilled that in me and basically said, it's okay. And he said, and people won't like it. They won't like you, but it's okay. Like, it doesn't matter what they think, is
It's true.
essentially what he told me. And that's helped me as I've really stepped into being myself, because I get, I'll just call them ignorant comments all the time. And I just like, and I tell my dad, in my head, I'm thinking, my dad told me about you. He said you'd be coming, and therefore I'm going to ignore anything you just said.
That's such a life lesson.
It is.
To learn how to not take to heart those people who aren't aligned, like on the same path, don't have the same heart space, mental space, artistic space as you, that you can't hurt me. That's not an easy lesson to learn.
It's not, but and even sometimes, I'll question, and what I remember, what I focus on is my joy. If their opinion is suppressing or in some other way getting in the way of my joy, then I need to move on from that. Like, that doesn't matter, because what you're doing is trying to limit what I'm feeling. So I prioritize that feeling over their opinions.
That's so good. All right, so let's move on to playing it safe. Which, what did playing it safe look like for you before you were finally able to be you?
It was, but it was not in just the way I dress. I think, everything connects to everything else, right? When I met my husband, he would tell me, you are downplaying yourself, right? So he was like, because I was like, I don't know why these people are drawn to me. I don't know why they're saying this. He was like, because you're it, or you're whatever. And I'm like, no. He's like, he was like, you need to stop and accept what it is, right? And so it was so interesting to have him tell me that when we were dating. And I'm like, and what I loved about it, obviously, was, okay, then you're accepting all the parts of me, right?
Yes.
All the layers, all the, the not looking like someone else, or the wanting to wear this. And I think that it gave me comfort to really lean into it. There are some days where he's like, okay, babe, but he's just like, okay, that's you, that's you. And so playing it safe was really holding back things that were really innately in me, and I
Mhm.
just wasn't comfortable putting it out there.
Mhm.
And so, coupling that with what I just told you about my dad telling me it, all of those things were pieces of the puzzle that were coming together to form what the opportunity for me to really be who I am.
So what I'm hearing is you had a lot of people in your corner giving
Mhm.
you messages that allowed you to break out of a safe shell and
Yeah.
truly be you.
Yeah.
They gave you the confidence and the support and the understanding to say, you
Yeah.
are beautiful, you are you,
Yeah.
go be you. What advice would you give to somebody who maybe doesn't have those kind of people in the corner? Maybe they have more people like your mom who are loving and
Mhm.
wonderful, but are more play it safe people.
And so, and I still do this at home. It's actually what makes me happy. I start at my house by myself with my mirror, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put on some things. I'm gonna try things. You have nothing to be embarrassed about. You're at home. You're by yourself. Take a picture. It's almost like practice. You can practice confidence. You start at home. Okay, I love this. Oh, what are they gonna say? What's gonna happen when I go outside? I don't know. Go around the corner. It's
Mm-hmm.
little by little, but don't just ignore it. Right? You have to practice. You have to try it. And that's what I would tell someone. I mean, because it's hard when you don't have people. But I used to play in my closet and practice at home. And then, of course, when my husband came along, and it was like, oh, it's okay to step outside in
Mm-hmm.
this way. But it is definitely a practice, and it's also when you experience that moment of joy. I mean, I tell you, sometimes I put something on and I look in the mirror and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so happy with myself.
Uh-huh.
That feels amazing. And so, what I'll do is, even if because sometimes I still get nervous to go out and wear some of the things I wear. But I'll go to the place, and when I get to where I'm going, I don't look around me. I focus on how I feel.
Oh, this is great
I'm not
advice.
looking to see who's looking. I literally do not care. And it's funny how that comes off to other people, because I went to a party. It was my friend's birthday, and I had put something together, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And I'm like, oh, and anytime I hear that voice, I'm like, no, honey, you're wearing it. So I was like, oh, maybe not. And I'm like, nope. Well, there's that voice. No, you're going to wear this thing. And so when I went to the restaurant, and her party was all the way in the back. So I just walked in. I didn't look around me. And when I got to the table, they were like, oh my God, you should have seen how everybody was looking. Like, who is she, right? And I'm like, really? They're like, yeah. So it's like, it's a lot of this is in your head. Yeah, there's going to be one or two, crazies, but it's like, just focus on you, focus on your joy. And you can be nervous, like, absolutely, but you're going to let that keep you from being happy? I'm not.
Right. Plus, you're the star in your own
And,
movie, right? Like, you got to be the
yes,
star in your own movie.
absolutely.
And you
Absolutely.
are.
Yeah. And we write our own stories. One of the
Yeah.
things, another one of my things I say, we are the authors of our own story.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you let someone else hold your pen?
Oh,
Right?
that's
Like,
so good.
not.
Yeah.
Like, no, give me my pen back. You're not going to write my
Don't
story.
let anybody else write your story. I
Yeah.
love that. All right. So you have a really beautiful, strong online presence.
Mm-hmm.
Your Instagram is fantastic.
Thank you.
Even just the way you show up as you walk through the world, people get to interact with you and
Mhm.
experience you. What do you want their feeling to be when they finish that experience with you, whether it's your content online or you in person?
Joy. Period.
Joy,
Period.
period.
When I first started being in that Instagram space, and it's when I really found the impact of showing up as yourself. People would say, seeing your content, anytime you come up, I automatically smile.
Yes.
It makes me happy to
Yes.
see you. I'm not ready to do what you're doing to really but when I see you, it makes me happy. It makes me maybe think I can do it, even though I'm not ready, right? And so that your own joy, so that means like joy is contagious, right?
Yes.
So like experiencing your own joy can help someone else feel joy, even if they're not able to experience it fully in the way that you are, but you gave them a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And so to know that like, hey, I gave you 60 seconds today of joy, that's pretty awesome. It's very powerful actually. And
It
so
is.
I start to take that, it's taking my content a little more seriously. Like this actually means something to someone.
It's medicine in a
Yeah.
world that hurts, honestly.
Absolutely.
It's a
Absolutely.
joyful people need.
Yeah.
We need those moments.
Yeah.
It's a strong statement,
Yes.
and it's a gift to the world. Even if it's somebody that looks at your content, decides, well, you know what, I'm not ready for this,
Yeah.
but maybe I could mix my metals in my jewelry.
Yes.
Or maybe I could just get that
Yeah.
fun color shoe, or
Absolutely.
wear my shirt backwards.
Yeah, so I do get DMs, and they'll take a picture of themselves and say, "This was inspired by you. I wore this with this," and I'm like,
What a
and
gift.
I'm like, "That's awesome." I'm like, "You did great. You keep going. I hope you continue to do it." And then I love it when they say, "I did this, and I got so many compliments," and that's what I love because that's only going to make you keep doing it. And so like I said, once you get that first taste, and it's not the compliments, but it's the boost you needed to know, oh, I can do this, and it's okay for me to show up. I don't need to be afraid to show up this way because it actually is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so we're about to wrap things up, but I really want to know what is next on your bold life journey. What's the next chapter for you?
So the next chapter includes me leaving my day job, actually, quote unquote, retiring, even though retirement at 53, most people are like, what? Retirement doesn't mean sitting in a recliner or anything like that for me. It looks like entrepreneurship. It looks like fully leaning into my content creation, and really leaning into helping other women find their joy. And I'm working on what that's going to look like, what kind of system or tools I'll be using. And so I'm working with a business coach to develop that right now.
Fantastic. That was really exciting. I can't wait to see what's next for you.
I can't wait either. I'm excited too.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so exciting. Thank you so much for bringing the joy that you bring to our set today. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you.
Thank you, Tiffany.